Maybe that's why you've come to need to see where the missile from Ashton touched ground down below in Hopeville. Down below in Hopeville. The Courier's Mile.
Now I am become death, the destroyer of worlds.
Hello everyone, the Army of Otters here, and welcome back to the Unexplored Mojave. Today we're going to be looking at Courier's Mile, one of the darkest places within Fallout New Vegas. Now this location has been requested many times in the past, specifically by San Lorenzo 7896, Human 981, and Andrea Carvello ZD9er. Also, I just want to give a huge shout out to everyone who has supported this series. We're now at over 110 episodes, so I really just can't believe how far this has come. So thanks for watching. Now, as you return to Lonesome Road after finishing the quest, and if you choose to spare Ulysses, you can find Ulysses sitting at the very beginning, and he has some interesting words about Courier's Mile.
Maybe that's why you've come to need to see where the missile from Ashton touched ground down below in Hopeville. The Courier's Mile. My name for it. If you have a better one, you grant it. My choice in names won't carry past you and I. Lies along the road, running from the Hopeville silo, straight onto where the ground burns and wind howls even stronger than here. That's part of why I'm here. Watch them. If they attack me, try to enter the Mojave. I answer, not looking to kill them. Save them, if I can. There might be something saving in them. If not, then what I do is mercy, not murder.
So from Ulysses, we learn that the Courier's Mile was named by him. And even if you choose to kill Ulysses, it is still given the name Courier's Mile. Now, the entrance to Courier's Mile is right at the beginning of Hopeville, right where you exit the Hopeville missile silo. Now, normally it is blocked off until after you launch the nuclear missile from the Ashton missile silo, and it detonates over a part of Hopeville, creating this hellhole, which we will now explore. Now, something I wanted to show was in my Hopeville video, I forgot to show the women's barracks because it is blocked by this undetonated warhead, and you need the laser detonator to get in, but you don't get the laser detonator until later in the game. Now, there really isn't a whole lot inside besides your normal loot. However, I did like this chessboard and 2 beds, and I thought maybe somebody got trapped in here or something like that, or maybe 2 people. But if you go in the back, you will spawn a scripted event where you will be ambushed by 2 marked men, and you'll have to fight your way out. And there's also an average locked medical kit that has some good medical supplies in it, but really not a whole bunch of loot in there, but I figured I'd go ahead and mention it since I forgot it. Now, as you approach Courier's Mile, there is a lone marked man sniper who will have a marksman rifle, so be careful. Now, of course, you can take the anti-material rifle off the marked man if you don't already have one, and then there's a dumpster near the entrance, and then we can enter the Courier's Mile. Now, in my opinion, the Courier's Mile aesthetically looks very similar to Fallout 3, kind of that greenish kind of tent that is very present within Fallout 3, so kind of a cool sight to see within Fallout New Vegas. Now, immediately on your right, you will notice some weapon crates and a high-tech gun case, which will have some random weapons in it and some ammunition. Now, this is a really good place to stock up on ammunition and such, But this place is also pretty damn difficult, so make sure to bring a lot of really good weapons with you, along with a lot of Radaway and Rad X. Also, having Ulysses' mask and radiation equipment is pretty helpful. Now, when I jumped up on this platform, I accidentally alerted the marked men to my presence, and they attacked me, and there was also Deathclaws nearby, so they attacked me, and it was not the way I imagined handling the situation, but somehow, some way, it all ended up working out okay. Now, of course, an encounter with Deathclaws would not be complete without an encounter with Deathclaw Jesus, as we can see here. So after killing Deathclaw Jesus, I was forced to retreat by the approaching marked men, and eventually I was behind this car just fighting them off with my anti-material rifle when I got surprise attack by a Deathclaw. Being panicked, I retreated further, pulled out my alien blaster, and got really lucky that the Deathclaw ran away because I was in an area too small for him to go. So kind of lucky that I didn't die there, and then I used the alien blaster to clear out the remaining enemies. That way I could regain my health and just kind of get a footing of what just happened. A very wild couple of minutes of combat, but really fun, and one of the reasons I really like this place. It's challenging and it's unpredictable, but it doesn't feel unfair, unlike Dead Money. Now, when you visit Courier's Mile, you're definitely going to want to loot everything. You can get some really good loot, some good healing, and a lot of ammunition. Now, some people don't really think it's worth it, but I do, just because, one, it's a really fun place to fight and to test your skills, and you can actually get some pretty rare ammo in large quantities. So, in my opinion, it's definitely worth a visit, and it's a good place to test out your skills and see how you can handle so many difficult enemies. And up in this building, which is in the northeast corner of the map, we can just find more aid and more ammunition. And like I said before, this place is difficult. Here I was just minding my own business, and I just got ambushed by 3 Deathclaws. I didn't know where they came from, and I was not ready for it. So definitely be careful when you come here. Now, my second attempt, of course, I was more prepared. I could search out, look for the Deathclaws, and using my explosive rounds and a mini nuke, I was able to get rid of them pretty effectively. And as I mentioned earlier, make sure to bring a lot of Radaway. Of course, this is ground zero for a recent nuclear explosion, and towards the center of the map, you can get up to plus 25 rads a second. So definitely make sure you have some radiation gear or some Rad-X. Now over in this building, we can find a ton of ammo and some more high-tech weapons boxes. And then in this building, there's 2 interesting things. So first, on the top, we can just find one of those lead-lined supply crates, the metal box, and it has a breathing mask in it and some just radiation stuff. And then over on the wall on the second floor, we can find the imprint of a person. And what this is likely a reference to is what is known as a nuclear shadow, or known as a blast shadow, or also known as a human shadow of death. And this is just a really dark and eerie reminder of the devastation caused by atomic weapons. And we can actually see this in real life in Hiroshima. Near a bank that was at the epicenter of the explosion, we can actually see a black shadow of what remains of a human being. And it's just truly kind of heartbreaking and devastating, and it's a real reality that we have with atomic weapons. Now, in Fallout, they kind of got it wrong. As you can see, in real life, it should be reversed. The person should be black, and the surrounding area should be white. I don't know if that was a mistake, or on purpose, or if this is supposed to be more of a humorous Easter egg, but either way, I thought it was kind of a cool idea to put this in a video. And one more thing I wanted to add is in that picture from earlier, that staircase has actually been preserved, and you can still see it to this day at the Hiroshima Peace Museum. So if you ever get to visit Japan, I highly recommend checking it out, because it's just so dark, and it's truly an incredible piece of human history, and it shows the devastation of atomic war. Now, on to a lighter topic. There are 2 undetonated warheads within Courier's Mile, so you definitely want to make sure to blow them up if you're trying to get all 30 of them. So, but you don't really get anything for detonating them, at least nothing that I could find. They're kind of just there for you to collect, and they do increase radiation in the area upon detonation. And one last thing I wanted to mention is at the beginning we can get the unique weapon Blood Nap, which is a unique Bowie knife within the game. So definitely make sure to pick it up. It's right at the beginning and very easy to get. And one last interesting thing I noticed is while I was walking around looking for a scenic shot, I noticed there was a skeleton kind of like hanging off this bridge here. And I wanted to see if I can knock him down. And you actually can. And here it's kind of funny because it looks like he's holding on for dear life. But eventually, using the explosive rounds of the anti-material rifle, I was able to knock down the skeleton, and you can, of course, interact with it. So I just thought that was kind of funny, kind of interesting, and I didn't see anything else on it. So there it is. And there we have it, the Courier's Mile. One of the darkest and most difficult places within Fallout New Vegas. Now, I do have to say, for me, this place wasn't too difficult. I've already had a lot of experience with Deathclaws, and the marked men are not too difficult, especially when using a anti-material rifle. Now, I do want to say, though, because of the heavy radiation levels, the irradiated enemies will heal due to the radiation. So the Deathclaws and the marked men will heal if you don't kill them fast enough. And because of the high radiation levels, they can actually heal quite fast. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching. And thank you all so much for all of the support and all of the interaction. It really means a lot. All of the comments, all of the likes, and all of the subscribers are greatly appreciated. And I do have a lot of fun making this series. So as always, if you have any recommendations for the next video, please post them in the comments section below. And as always, until next time.